Okay, but this way we're getting close to the end of the assembly of the receiver, because we are left only with the feed tray cover. Oh, I didn't even remove the magazine. Here we will replace the dust cover and this shield around the rear side. So let's put this aside, let's make some space. I like how much weight this already has. Okay, so right now let's figure out how to take this off. Actually, this is, again, I think this is steel. Where is my magnet? Let's try it. Yeah, it's steel. So I bought another one for nothing. But this one's gonna be easy, so let's start with it. I have the replacement here, DNA. And the steel looks nicer, but it has no markings, and this one had, but okay. For the moment, let's replace it anyway. Later I can decide which one I prefer more. I probably need to just pull the spring through the head of that pin, like this. Okay. And here the same. And I did it. So this one can go away. And to assemble this one I will basically have to do exactly the same, but this one is like significantly heavier. Let's weigh them, or at least it feels like that. So this one was 16 and this one is 19. Okay, not so much, but whatever. Let's put this away. So the spring has to be positioned here. Okay. And now the first one, very easy. And now the second one, like this. Very easy. Okay. This one works. And now probably this will be more complicated, because here I have the part. Let's unpack it. It comes with two O-rings. Again, nice piece of steel. Here definitely aluminum, but I will need to disassemble the whole side, which will be much more complicated than this metal plate. But okay, first let's start with these two screws. Start with them and then we will figure this out. Okay, so the first one, the second one. Okay, and let's see what's going on in here. How to take out these parts. So I see here this is attached with two screws, so this one will be easy. Yeah, because there is like a steel insert in this. Yeah, so here the middle is made of steel, which is nice. These knobs are not. It catches the pins, you know. So this will be a nice sight after I make the change. But how to do it? Let's think what's going on here. Definitely I will need to remove the knobs, yeah, because I see. Okay, maybe not, maybe not. Let me see, let me think. Okay, I figured this out. Nice. So there was a tiny screw in here. Let's not lose the ball and the spring. So now this pin will be possible to remove, and the same I think I have to do here. Let's find it. Yes, it's the same. Okay, so again, let's not lose the parts. Okay, so the first step probably I got. I guess I will have to unscrew this all the way, because the spring acts like a counter thread. Yeah, kind of. So you see it's coming out. Was there, not to lose anything. Let's hold the spring down. Okay, so this one came out, nice. The steel plate stays. And now how to take apart this one. Maybe by bending. Not really. Okay, this rotates. Let's figure this out. Maybe like this. So I pushed in this pin, yeah, correct direction, okay, did not damage anything, and then this piece of metal. Okay, so now before I put this all together, let's see the difference in weight. Obviously here we had 18.4, let's say, and the new one will be 54 almost. Nice. So this goes away. We need this steel plate, it comes in here. This part, for example, has nice markings, but they will not be visible, right? So the other part that would have visible ones will not have them at all. That's the logic here. Okay. It's kind of hard to access there. Okay, but I got it somehow. Let's do a few turns and it will be immediately easier. Okay, so I caught it with one screw, with the washer, of course. There will be the other one. This has the setting for the windage, right? And you can do two things, because in the front you can correct it, let's say, quickly, and this is like a permanent offset, but I have no idea how it will shoot, so I will just secure it. I guess these two O-rings are instead of these washers, probably, but I completely don't need them. Let's leave it outside. Okay, now this part with that pin, I will have to put it in here, and basically this will be a trick. I will have to punch out this pin through here, like this, yeah, and try to aim at the hole on the other side. So a little complicated. Okay, was simple. Yeah, works. And now what was here? This one, and it has the place for the spring, as we remember, and for the steel ball. Actually two steel balls on this one. Okay, so prepared. Now I will push it in. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, and the balls are gone. My balls are running away from me. Oh shit. I thought this will not be so easy. Okay, let's try it again. So we need to well align the holes on this side. Yeah, so that they are good, and immediately I will catch that pin properly, like I did right now, and bam, I have it. Okay, nice. Of course I don't know where this hole for the screw was, so now I need to think for a second. Okay, and you have two holes here where the springs with the balls are, right? So this has to be like perpendicular to line joining them, yeah, so... Okay, my tiny hex key. Okay, I think I caught it because it's not falling apart if I let it go. Let's tighten it, not too much, because it will be easy to damage. Okay, this part works. Not so bad. Now this one. So there are these retention springs on this side, yeah. So I will have to think this pin here should go between the spring and the tab. So I'll do it. Okay. And now I can push this down and bring the screw back in here. And let's see if I can force it somehow, or I need to screw it all the way. Say a bit of both. Okay, and now to make sure that it catches on that hole on the other side. Okay, it went through. Nice. Okay. But I need to screw it all the way in, because of course that's how the setting works, right? That you rotate it. So Luckily the hole is already through and I can put the key through here and let's say screw it in with this key, because there is a lot of tension, which is of course intended here because you don't want a wobbly sides, right? So kind of clear. Okay, went all the way in, nice. So I'm really close to finishing this. Now I need to put in the spring with the ball on this one and the single one. And now let me think. So here I see the hole, I'll try to assemble it aligned. So that right now I can screw this in, this tiny headless one. Hope you can see all of this. This is like really tiny. All the way in. Not too tight. And yes, it works. It clicks. It's really nice action, like stiff. And the same on this side. Okay, completed. Wasn't so bad after all. So now let's put this back on top. That would be all. Okay, so we look from this side. Okay, first screw, second screw. They are conical, this will position itself. Let's tighten both. Alright, and these O-rings I don't use, I don't know what they are for. Okay, so finally we are getting closer to the end. Before I put the magazine in, it probably will be easier if I assemble the feed tray cover separately. And here there is a hole here, and the spring goes into this hole, right? So I need to somehow get it there. Let me think how to do it the best way. Maybe in this position. If I took it out somehow, definitely it's possible to assemble it back. Yeah, and it is. I already see, so the spring went in. Alright, I guess this is quite okay. And the pin, oh, this was smooth. The pin went all the way in, almost here, just you saw, probably it was a little off. But other than this, it works. Yeah. So I'm throwing in the magazine, nothing special here. Probably if you have an M249 you know how to do it. Okay, and let's close it. Everything fits. I'm kind of in awe. Okay, like I did it. It's really nice, it's really heavy. It took me a lot of time. If you are still watching this, it's great, because right now I can do the final assembly. So I have all of this. What to do now? Let's start with the bipod maybe. So I had this original gas tube. I will replace it with DNA. Okay, can feel it's heavier. It's actually looking the way it should look like. Yeah, it has these, how you call it, riflings. Not really, I don't know these grooves. Okay, let's see. So the original one was 92 and this one is 136. It's not 3 times heavier because it's really thinned wall, it has different geometry. But one of the things it has, for example, it has a notch or like a groove here that retention spring should actually catch. The original one didn't have it. So also the bipod will come for this. There is no like a tuning part, there is nothing to replace it with, so we will not be putting it back because bam! I have a real M249 bipod from a real gun, so I will assemble this one. So just very quickly, let's compare the weights just for formality, and this will be a little more difficult. How do I do it? Maybe like this. 180, and here is 460, so a lot of weight. I actually compared them already if they are fitting. So the VFC is identical regarding the dimensions. Of course this one is full steel with the legs like everything, so it's really nice. and VFC and this one, they have markings here on the bottom. Yeah, the manufacturing date or like number. VFC is the same, so it's really nice copy. Okay, so let's take both and let's put this in. I already pre-aligned the notch because I know how it should be, so that it's a little easier later on with that spring, I mean. So of course I had to heat it, and you see it's nicely attached, and the bipod, as I said, it fits just fine. So now this can stand actually, and while we are doing this, why not do the rail at the same time? So the real rail is two halves, like you see. There are big screws on the sides, and when you undo them, maybe not necessarily completely, this will come apart, yeah? And there are 4 pins, 2 on each side, and they go into those holes on the receiver. So in my case, I just do it like this. Let's see if I unscrewed it enough. No, so just a bit more. Okay, let's try again. Okay. Okay, now it fits, and I need to tighten those screws. Of course you want to do the proper orientation, so the rail with R, I will show it in a second, goes to the right side, and the one with L goes to the left side, because I don't even know if you can do it the other way around, but anyway, if you do it wrongly, the cutout for the bipod will misalign, yeah, and you will not be able to close it. Okay, so bam. Okay, now you see there is a cutout on the rear, right? And this bipod fits here perfectly, a real bipod. Okay. So what we will do next, because we have a big choice. Maybe let's do the pistol grip assembly. Okay, this will be easy. So it should catch on the front. Okay, it kind of does. You need to, you know, hit it here and there a little, but can go. Okay, so the pin keeps the rear. Now the bolt carrier, just for a quick fitting, I said I will modify it, so I'll do this in a moment. I will take it out and modify it, but for now just to show you. And all these parts are kind of lubed. You will need to pull the trigger to be able to push it in. Okay, I'll apply some lube here, although I need to disassemble everything, but I want to, you know, do some dry shooting later on. Okay, now the spring. Okay, all fits so far. Let's close it. Okay, now the stock. So this is the original VFC stock. This is the Special Forces or the collapsible VFC stock. Let's compare the weight if we can. This one is 427 and this one is too heavy. So I used the other scale and this one is 640 grams, so let's not put it in because bam! I actually have a real one. It's much heavier. This one is 1 kilogram 40 grams, yeah, so a lot heavier. You see, it's the original one. It has a weaker buffer spring. This is also mentioned in many videos about the M249 already on the internet. Let's see how it fits. Here it goes nicely. Again, bez młota to nie robota. Okay. Now let's close it. Here it's a little tight. Okay, so again, after a few seconds of filing on these rails, I am able to finally close the stock, but obviously it requires some force. Here on the rear it's too tight, I will have to file it in a second. Okay, and after a few more moments of bez młota to nie robota, you see I closed it and the pin is in place. And the last thing that I am missing is the barrel assembly. It really gets heavy. Okay, so let's hope it will fit. I need to block the bolt carrier to the rear. Okay, and it locked. Nice. So you see how it fits all together. And one final touch, or maybe two final touches. Bam! This is a real M249 heat cover. So this one is getting the real bipod, real heat cover, and the real stock. Just for your information, let's see what the weight of this thing. Only 210 grams. Let's see if it fits. Maybe take this away. Looks badass. This is strange. I need to check it because right now I see that the orientation of the carrying handle with this outer barrel from BBT, if I remember correctly, is different. Yeah, and I cannot attach this heat cover without loosening this carry handle and attaching it first. So this is pretty weird to me. Yeah, like everything works, everything fits. Maybe it was like this. It's kind of strange. The last finishing touch will be some optic. This is the reason why I said I don't need the original front sight, because here we go. Nice. So now let's take a look on the gun from a different perspective. Okay, and the current weight with no box but with the optic is 7 kilograms. And this is how the M249 turned out. Really nice, quite heavy. So the scope went on, everything is replaced. A few side notes, what I found strange during the assembly. The strangest thing will be the carry handle. So when I assembled it, I kind of showed it in the video when I was assembling the carry handle to the barrel. It was rotated more over the barrel. It was pretty strange. So for example, when I was opening the feeding tray, it was colliding with the handle. Yeah, it is pretty strange. So I had to move it. I basically drilled another hole in the carry handle and just added the screws in such rotation that it fits. Yeah, nothing special. And I also printed some inserts for it because I showed how they save material in it, and of course mine, after attaching 2 times and carrying it with the carry handle for a moment, was already bended and was getting loose. Yeah, so I will upload the files. Maybe it's actually very simple how to do it, so definitely you will know what I'm talking about. Okay, but other than this, let's look on the details. So everything is functional. Of course, this original bipod folds to the front. Yeah, put it down, like you can put it down, or you can attach it in the rail. So everything fits, you see. The original part is perfectly working. Okay, I did not close it. You see that the original part works perfectly here. Okay, the same goes for the stock, so no issues, sliding, nothing special. There is a little gap between the receiver and the stock. It's not maybe fitting 100% perfectly, but it's good enough. I replaced the complete receiver, so I think this is pretty good how it fits. Okay, another thing for the barrel, with the heat cover, because this charging handle was rotated so much to the middle, I could not put it without taking off the gas block and, you know, sliding it forward, doing different weird stuff. So right now it's fixed. Right now I can lift it, yeah, I can take it off because I put the carry handle in proper position, okay? And if we are talking about this, let's try to remove the barrel. So if you'll see that this lever, maybe. So you see I can press the lever, it springs back. Also it catches the feeding tray with heavy optic, it's very close though, but it works. Let's see how the barrel removal works. I need to charge the gun obviously, okay? And now I can take it out. What I wish they did is the steel gas block as well as this rear part. It would be much heavier, much nicer. Here you can see on the rear there are those screws, yeah, one on this side, one on this side, that lock this in position regarding the rotation around the barrel, and I had to drill some holes in a different orientation through the barrel so that it fits, as I said, okay? Alright. Yeah, went in nicely. And now the next thing. So I showed I had some issues with the charging handle. I was not able to assemble it. Right now it works nicely. If you look close, you will see that the plastic part that was originally here, I basically removed it. I just put in those two pins that held this plastic part, and right now charging handle works. So you see a scratch on one of them. Second one is without the scratch. This is this locking feature. There is some resistance when you try to use it, yeah. Okay, you need to apply some force, but basically it locks in between those two and doesn't move at all. It's really nice. Minimal wobble. Yeah, so that's what I recommend you do. And I guess this is all for now. This Frog special video was dedicated to this build of the M249 with those tuning parts. One thing I did not replace, obviously, is this cover for the magazine well, yeah. And I had no, I couldn't buy it in the steel version. I will get it in the future, I will replace it too. Generally, there will not be any shooting in this video. The target was to just show you how this assembly goes, what issues I find, and how do I solve it. So for the purpose of this video, we are done. In the next videos regarding this gun, we will do some other cool stuff. As I said at the beginning, I have my own touch, let's say, to the HPA system. I don't want to run it directly, you know, perpendicular to the gun out of the magwell like everybody does. The simplest solution, I have a little different idea how to do it, and I will also show how to make a dedicated box magazines. Those box magazines will be more practical than the regular ones where you just, you know, drill a hole in the stock magazine from VFC and you have this huge hanging part on the top of the mag. I will do a much more elegant solution that is functional, basically. So this was something that will come regarding the M249. No conversion for this one, it's not needed, just some frog touches here and there to make it as epic as possible. I hope you liked the video. If you did, then leave comments, subscribe to the channel, hit likes, hit the notification bell, let me know what you think. I really appreciate your support, and there will be a lot of cool stuff like this that you can do yourself with your guns in the future coming on the channel. And may the power of GBBR be with you.